Hey everyone, Kris here, NAMM 2024.
Hi, God.
It's crazy, and this is Danish Pete.
Yay, hello.
buddy.
Hello, I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, yeah, you know, NAMM,
It's
whatever, it's awesome.
I never thought, I was here in April last year, and it was so quiet, and half of it was shut off, and I was thinking, it's coming back, but it's not going to be busy, and, you know, it's going to be, and it's just crazy. It's you know, I know the big boys are not here. I think they should have been here.
Oh, yeah.
With not with those $1 million stands or anything. Just have like a little.
Scale it down, make it
like,
reasonable.
yeah, like Music Man.
Yeah.
You know, have a few cool things and just have some people there.
Yeah.
And that would be enough. You know.
Bring some cool artists.
Yeah, just have artists float around.
Yeah.
And that would have been really handy. But otherwise, it's just bossing, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's as loud as ever.
Yeah.
And you also.
Speaking of loud as ever.
Yeah. So this is the Deputy.
Yeah.
Brand new Victory amp. And Pete had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
What though? How is that?
Well, I think how we came about the whole thing was I used the Victory amps. It's no secret.
Yeah.
I know a guy. You know, I know a couple of guys. I know some people didn't know that he was the guy, but he is the guy. You know, and I thought everybody knew. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I used a V40. We made a DP40 version of it.
The purple one.
The purple one, which was just a redesigned little reverb. It's just a reverb thing.
Yeah.
And then he made it purple, of course. And people were like, "Oh, this is great," and I loved that amp. And then there was the Sheriff, right, which I really like, but it's a little bit too much gain for me.
Yeah.
It's got that JTM-800, which I like for certain things. And I felt like there needed something in the middle there.
Yeah.
There was the Copper, which is sort of more voxy type.
Yeah.
And then you got the Sheriff. But I felt like, should we make? Do you want to make something that is here? Something that's more JTM.
Yeah.
Because the last couple of years, I've been using the Freedom Little Sister.
Yeah.
Which is a great amp, man. I love that amp. And I played lots of other cool amps for over the years for a long time. But I thought, could we do this? Could we do this? The JTM-20 came out, the studio. It's an amazing amp too. But I always went like, why does it have a reverb in it? And why doesn't it do this? And can we do this? So me and Martin did the collaboration, and we worked on it. And he's a genius. That man, you can go. I need a little bit more fluffy low end, maybe a bit magenta, and you need some cloud. And he just
a little bit of jingle, but not too hot.
Yeah. And he understands what you're saying. He understands because he's a phenomenal guitar player himself. He shreds all of Van Halen and stuff. So he knows the tone. And then we did a few iterations of it, and it turned out really, really well. And we did the look on it as well. It's a different look from
the looks.
And it's all inspiration from the Little Sister. It's the JTM, that kind of tone. I've gotten into more of a slightly gainy tone. Excuse me.
Tell me about it.
It's just a little bit of a crunch. It's not much,
When you dig in, it does the
and
if you're careful, it's like just sparkling.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've always actually been like that with my pedals. It's always been I've always had a clean platform, and then I've had an overdrive pedal on, just a little bit. Always done that. Or a compressor or something that's not compressed too much, but it just opens it up a little bit and just pushes the front end. And the DP40 or the V40 is such a clean platform. You really have to gain the front end up high. So this one is, you can get the gain out of it because it's got a voice switch on it. And it's not necessarily a voice switch on it.
It's more like a gain.
It's a gain stage, and it just cascades the gain in from being like just crunchy, and then more,
I played the amp whilst we were waiting for you, and we were like, I thought I know how this will sound, and it does that, but like so much more options in drive and such a modern take on that kind of JTM thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I missed the point. This is something else, or more than what.
But this is something else. There's so much stuff coming out all the time, so it's difficult to go, oh, we made something completely brand new.
A couple of questions. First of all, wattage?
Huh?
The wattage?
25. About something like that, yeah.
Very nice.
So
Second of all,
it's not loud. I was like, let's make a 100-watt version of it. But let's see.
I mean, if it performs well, why not?
Yeah.
Second thing is the reverb. Is it a digital reverb?
It's a digital reverb.
Sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's the same chip as they use and everything, but you set it. Actually, I don't know. I'd say this anyway. But inside it, you can take it out. I'm not recommending anyone to take it out, but there is a little dial inside where you can set the decay. Right. So most people don't know that. So there's the little flap in the back of it. Oh, you set it all up.
Yeah.
So if you take the two lower screws out, you can flip the little grill up, and then you can screw it, and you can take out. Actually, you have to take it out and swing it over. So it's you have to be careful. But that's how I fine-tune the reverb, and we set it how I like it to set. And it's like when you turn it all the way up, it just does this almost like a shimmery type thing that is you don't really get on any other amps. But and of course it got the effects loop, so you can have your own reverb in it, or you can. I put a flint in the front, so you get reverb and reverb. So I got some like a spring, and then we got this one here,
Nice.
which is more of a hall type plate thing.
You mentioned the effects loop. That's my last question that immediately popped in my mind.
Yeah.
How clean do the effects in the effects loop stay? Like, how much does the power amp saturate?
It's not. I don't know exactly the circuit path, routing path, or whatever. But it is at the end, so it doesn't affect.
Okay.
It's on the clean side, so the gain doesn't get involved with the effects. That's completely clean through, right?
Because I used to play the Sheriff, the 20-watt version for quite a while, and my only concern was that if I crank it, because of the power amp thing, the effects in the effects loop got a tiny bit saturated.
Okay.
And there was a lot of gain involved.
I mean, I don't run my stuff with that much gain. Not even my solos are not very gainy. It's like you listen back to a lot of the old rock and roll stuff, like even Van Halen, it wasn't that gainy. But it's great little amp, and there's a 112 cabinet, which is now wider, with an open, so it's deeper now. And again, me is why are you making all of these? That doesn't fit on it, And I'm like, oh, don't do that. It's too much. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why don't you make it so a big head will fit on that instead? So it's not, and also, it's got a slightly angle on it, so it slightly goes up that way. It's got a 65 Greenback in it, which is funny enough. That's the same speaker that Marshall is now using in their JTM.
Yeah.
And
it makes so much sense.
It turned out really well. I'm really pleased with it.
Yeah, I mean, good luck with it. I really find it awesome.
But Martin is, he is the genius. He just translates all the weird shit I say, and then he goes, yeah, that's cool, Yeah, exactly. I'd have a little soling tool, but
Pete, I'd love you to play it if you're cool with it. And you guys take it easy. Don't worry, we have a lot more to cover here at Victory. We'll grab Martin Kit for that, the designer of the amps. But I want to have some Pete guitar love here. Cheers.